Hello everyone and welcome to Sharing Vietnam on NetViet VTC 10. On today's program, we will invite the board member of German Business Association to Vietnam. So first of all, let's have a look at our short clip to get more information about the guests of Sharing Vietnam today. Hello everyone, and the guest that we invited to the studio today is Mr. Andreas Stoffers. Hello Mr. Andrea, and thank you so much for taking your time and joining our talk show today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
We know that apart from the position at the German Association to Vietnam, you have another position at another very big company of Germany in Vietnam. So how can you balance your work and your life in this country?
For me, work-life balance is very important. As you mentioned, I'm working for a big German company, a big German bank. At the same time, I have also time that I have to dedicate for the German Business Association and for the European Chamber of Commerce. And besides that, I have several hobbies. For example, I like traveling here in Vietnam, reading books and meeting other people. So that's always a challenge to match everything, but that's what makes the life interesting.
So can you share with us about your experience traveling around Vietnam?
Sure, I really like traveling, not only traveling to the hotspots in Vietnam like Ha Long Bay or Saigon. Also, I like to travel to some provinces who are not directly in the tourist focus, but who are which are very interesting. And I'm really keen on learning more about Vietnam and the different provinces here in Vietnam.
So we know that apart from traveling, you also enjoy learning Vietnamese lessons. So why did you decide to learn and start from which moment?
I started from the very beginning. When I came here, I decided to learn Vietnamese because I think it's very important to understand the people, the colleagues, the people on the street and many other people here in Vietnam. And it's also a key for understanding the business culture of Vietnam. If you don't speak the language, it can be more difficult than if you speak some words in Vietnamese.
So can we have a little test for you at this moment about the Vietnamese?
Tất nhiên, đối với tôi học ngoại ngữ rất là quan trọng bởi vì tôi muốn hiểu văn hóa của nước tôi đang sống. Và tôi học tiếng Việt rất chăm chỉ và có lẽ 2 năm nữa tôi có thể nói tiếng Việt rất giỏi, nhưng bây giờ chưa tốt lắm. Xin lỗi.
No, actually is far from my expectation because it's really good. It's a long sentence and you can express all the idea in very good grammar and also the pronunciation.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
The cooperation between Vietnam and Germany in recent years has been constantly consolidated and developed in various fields, especially in the Investment Cooperation and Development Act. Currently, there are more than 200 German enterprises operating in Vietnam in many important areas such as infrastructures, transportation, green and renewable energy, processing and banking. With 140 investment projects with total registered capitals of $778 million, Germany ranked 22 among more than 90 countries and territories directly investing into Vietnam. Germany is the largest trade partner of Vietnam in Europe and at the same time is the biggest importer of Vietnam goods in Europe. Vietnam is in the position of surplus with Germany, with the average ratio sub 2 per 1. The mainly export commodity to Germany are footwear, textile, coffee, furniture, and seafood. Germany is the world leading importer of Vietnam of coffee product, black pepper. Vietnam imports goods from Germany mainly in machinery.
Mr. Andreas, at the end of last year, 2011, Chancellor Merkel visited Vietnam for the very first time, and we signed a strategic partnership together between Vietnam and Germany. So this will have a lot to promote the relation and also the cooperation between the two countries. So what do you think about this?
Yes, I think it was an essential step, and our Chancellor, Dr. Angela Merkel, emphasized that Germany would like to improve the relations to Vietnam, the business relationship between the two countries, as well as the cultural relationship between the two countries. What we have to do now we have to have a very careful look to make it alive, to fill it with life, this cooperation. That means we have to approach Vietnam, we have to discover business opportunities here in Vietnam. On the other hand, the Vietnamese side has to have a look what can they offer to German companies. For example, removing trade barriers, proceeding with a free trade agreement, property rights, having a look at property rights, and infrastructural improvements and so on. These are the points where both countries could work together, and I encourage the Vietnamese authorities, the Ministry for Planning and Investment, and all the other authorities to cooperate very closely with GBA, the German Chamber of Commerce, and all the other German companies who are invested here in Vietnam and who would like to invest here in Vietnam.
Mr. Stoffers, at this moment, the Eurozone is experiencing a crisis, a little bit difficulties. So is it affect somehow the cooperation between Vietnam and Germany and also the investment from Germany into Vietnam?
The trade between the two nations is based on the US dollar in most of the parts, so it's not affecting directly the trade relations between the two countries. But certainly there are some companies in Germany who are considering what to do during this crisis. And some of these companies are focusing more on the home markets and to solving the problems in these areas. But there are still some companies, some German companies, who see the potential of Vietnam and that it's a very good way to escape the crisis by diversifying. I can give you an example. The third biggest insurance company of Vietnam, the Talanx AG, recently acquired 20% of Petro Vietnam Insurance, and they entered the market in a difficult time, but I think they will see the profit of their engagement in the future. And this is only one example. There are other companies out of our 230 German businesses here in Vietnam who are keen on investing in Vietnam and who will continue to invest here in Vietnam.
What about the promotion? Because promotion can be considered a very significant issue in promoting investment from both sides, from Vietnam to Germany and from Germany to Vietnam. So what do you think about this? And how does GBA contribute to promote the investment into Vietnam?
I think the Vietnamese side can approach German companies, German associations like the German Business Association or the German Chamber of Commerce in order to be a kind of matchmaker between the Vietnamese businesses and the German businesses. Moreover, Vietnam and the Vietnamese authorities can help to improve the conditions for German companies. As far as GBA is concerned, what we can do is also promote matchmaking and networking within our member companies and within the companies who are still in Germany. We can serve as a kind of first contact point for Vietnamese companies who are interested in investing in Germany and would like to get some contacts, because we have the contacts within Germany. We have the contacts to the German embassy and the German authorities, to the European Chamber of Commerce and to the other business associations in case this is needed.
Mr. Andreas, so in the cooperation between Vietnam and Germany, we are really interested in the sustainability. So what do you think about this?
German companies have a big strength in sustainability. So Vietnam could profit on Germany's experience and technology in all these areas. It can be forestation, can be wastewater treatment, can be alternative energies and so on. These are the points where Germany is very strong and where Vietnam can profit.
Besides attracting investment from Germany, also we are now interested in other sides that seeking the business opportunity for Vietnamese enterprises. So what do you think about this?
I think Vietnam could also promote its own business in Germany. For example, currently Vietnam is very much focused on natural products like coffee and pepper. But there could also exist some options for Vietnamese capital to go to the German market, find appropriate partners, and then come back to Vietnam and build up some manufacturing sites, for example, or start trade relations between two companies. This could be very important and could be very interesting, and I really can encourage the Vietnamese authorities to promote Vietnamese business in Germany via the Vietnamese embassy or Viet House, for example, or by sending trade delegations to Germany. And we, as GBA, are always ready to support.
So despite our progress and efforts put on the exchange, the cooperation between the two countries is still not commemorate with the potential. So what should we do in the future to promote those cooperations?
I think it's very important to talk to each other. I think these networking, these matchmaking activities, they are very important between the Vietnamese authorities, between Vietnamese companies and with German companies and German authorities and organizations. This should be continue, and you should always have in mind that Germany is the biggest trade partner in the European Union for Vietnam, with a trade surplus for Vietnam. That means you are exporting more to Germany than we are exporting to Vietnam. So I think we are not contributing to any trade deficit of Vietnam, and it's very profitable for Vietnam to work together with Germany. As well, it is very profitable for us. And if there's a mutual benefit for both sides, it's an advantage, and both sides should use it.
So GBAs can be considered a significant bridge between Vietnam and Germany. So in the future, what will be the plan of GBA to assist the cooperation between the two countries?
Currently, GBA has 160 members, and we would like to continue our growth strategy. That means attracting more German companies to come here to Vietnam, to become our members, and with this strength, to strengthen the ties, the economic ties between the two countries.
So a little bit personal, but what about you? What will be your future plan in Vietnam?
My personal plans are to continue working here in Vietnam. I would like to reach a level of proficiency not only in the Vietnamese language, but also in dealing with Vietnam and with the Vietnamese business culture. I would like to stay here in Vietnam and be part of the German-Vietnamese success story.
And once again, thank you so much for taking your time and joining our talk show today.
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your watching today, and if you have any question or recommendation, please don't hesitate to send us an email at sharingvietnam@gmail.com. We will see you next time at 8:30 p.m. on NetViet VTC 10.